to music, we're gonna have some fun. Welcome to music, welcome everyone.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, bienvenue, hola, shalom, ciao, baby, to you wherever and whenever you are. It's just gone 7:10 in the evening on Wednesday, November the 4th, here in sunny downtown Melbourne. Well, it's not really that sunny, but mainly because of nighttime almost. And we welcome each and every one of you from wherever you are all around the globe. I know we've got people from all sorts of places. We've got, of course, local folk. We've got some regional folk, Victoria. We've got, where am I looking? We've got Berlin, Germany. I'm not sure if Rose is on yet from Berlin. We've got, I'm looking. I think Berlin's about as far away as we've got. We've got somebody down in Warrnambool. We'll be down that way on the weekend as it happens. So hi to you down there. Canberra, Geelong, Tassie, of course, New South Wales, Western Australia. So wherever you are, a big welcome to our webinar. It's not our, I was going to say our first, it's not our first webinar, it's about our third. And our webinar tonight, how music and drama can make the difference in early childhood education. Now, without further ado, I'm going to invite my lovely partner and wife, Ms. Susie davies-splitter, to get on board so she can say hello to you, because we've got a lot to cover, and providing we get Judy on, we'll hear from her, and of course Anne. I'll let Susie introduce now.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. I'm very excited to interview and talk to Judy Hunter and Anne Wolfe tonight, and they are both from Hobart in Tasmania. They both work at the Blackman's Bay Primary School, and Phil and I have known Anne for many, many years, and she's a wonderful early childhood and primary school music educator. And I've recently met Judy, and in fact for the first time at ECPA, the Early Childhood Conference of Performing Arts, which is a fabulous conference in Melbourne, hosted by the Victorian Offshore Work Association, and I attended Judy and Anne's session. It was just fantastic, and so Phil and I said to Judy and Anne, we would love to interview you more. And what Judy brings is that extra element of drama as well. So we're going to hear a lot from Judy and Anne, and the topic is, we're looking at how drama and music can impact our early childhood programs and really make all the difference. Music and drama make the difference in early childhood education. So Anne and Judy have put together a fantastic resource that isn't quite ready yet, but they gave a little sneak preview at the ECPA conference in August this year. And it's called Let's Go, We're Going on a Picnic, a role play for the early years 3 to 6 year olds. So I'm going to start by asking you, Judy, can you tell me a little bit about your teaching philosophy?
My teaching philosophy is totally based on the building of positive relationships. Now, I've taught drama from kindergarten right through to year 12, and it doesn't matter to me whether they're little ones or right through. Positive relationship building, supportive communities of learners, having a safe environment where skills and competencies can be developed. Creativity is the key to this before knowledge, and then high expectations of all your learners, that they can and will be really good at what you're helping them to be.
Fantastic. I love that, Judy. Thank you so much. You did it with so much passion. Anne, can you add something to that, please? Your philosophy.
Yeah, I'd like children to develop a love of music through singing, dancing, moving, playing, saying, and building their music skills and enjoyment up through doing the music together and using all the other things that Judy talked about, learning together and feeling safe together and having a go and just really developing their love for music and education.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. And we can see this slide. I love this slide because You're really getting into life, and you're just enjoying the mud and the environment and the sea and the sand, and it's just beautiful. And this is what we need as human beings, and I just love that so much. And I know that you bring that zest for life into all that you do in your teaching work. So
thanks, Susie. That's for sure.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I know. And in fact, I should say that Anne and Judy were dressed up in these fantastic dresses, and we've actually got a little photo.
Anne's on display.
Look, these ladies are so much fun. They've got these fantastic dresses.
Wonder
Look
Women.
at this. Now, the Wonder Women. And I say I'm wearing my red top. So I'm matching you, Anne. See?
Yes,
See that?
good.
Now, I want
Susie,
to ask. Yes, Judy.
Given the environment, and we'll talk about it a bit later, but I'm also always inspired from my Aboriginal heritage, which is the importance of story, role play, dance, music, the whole thing together that kept the culture strong and alive for thousands and thousands of years. I mean, that's where the arts are at. That's where we're at as well, to celebrate that.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, and sort of bringing the performing arts, the visual arts together with
absolutely
the environment. It's bringing all of that together, isn't it? And
for
just
sure,
getting into life, a zest for life. I love that. So, can I ask you both, why is music and drama? What's that?
Oh, Anne, we're doing on the ukulele in the next room.
Well, we're going to have some music very, very soon. Why is music and drama so important? And we've got a slide here, and it talks about the development with the brain in mind. Judy, can we start with you? Can you tell us a little bit about the research?
Well, I think that's what's so exciting for all of us who have known for years that the creative arts, music, role play, dance, drama, all of those things, we've known instinctively because we see how it brings our learners to life. We see how it engages our little children. We've known that this is important for all the things that we talk about in terms of fine and gross motor skill development, literacy, numeracy, language, and the development of the completed happy social child. But now we have the research to back that. We actually have the research to back it, and that's what's so exciting. And it's a bit echoey. Yeah. I don't know why.
Oh, well. we'll put up with it. Yes, Anne, go on.
Yeah, absolutely, because the studies have shown how music and the arts helps develop the whole brain, and it's the only subject that does this for the child. So by involving them early on in age, you're developing their brains early.
And the arts are so important for the brain development, as you were saying.
Well, the research shows now that it's all happening, obviously, between birth and 5 years of age. That's when the synapses are connecting, making the social connections they need. The brain is a social organ. And what better? And in this day and age, more and more parents talk to me about their concerns with the demand from wee babies through for them to have power, all the computer things, the iPads and everything. They have their role, there's no doubt about that, but they do not connect children socially. And we are going down a pathway that could be dangerous if we give in to that and don't hold on to what we know is right and true in terms of engagement through the arts education, particularly through role play, music, drama, etc.
I couldn't agree more. Now, on the slides in this PowerPoint, there's some information about the difference between role play and dramatic play. Can you, one of you, talk a little? Perhaps Judy, you can. Your area is drama. You could talk a little bit about that.
And I think this is where I'm coming from, because I understand as a drama teacher and also as a mainstream teacher, the drama is and role play are difficult things for people who aren't trained in the area to get hold of, just as music is. I couldn't teach music to save my life. I can barely sing. And that's why working with Anne has been such an amazing journey.
Well, you're just such a great team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we love each other and we get up to so much fun and mischief. I mean, that's the big thing about it. But also we've been able to sort of bring the two things together, I think, for the first time in a way that I haven't experienced in 30 years. And the whole thing is I observe little children at play quite often. I observe, obviously, little learners here at school. As an assistant principal, I'm often in there with the kindergarten children. I observe a lot of children at play, and I observe my own grandchildren at play. And they seem to play in a sense of parallel, and that's a dramatic play. They'll have someone doing something over here and someone doing something over there, and occasionally they'll connect. But the difference with role play is, and guided role play, which brings all the beautiful elements such as music and dance and everything together, enables them to go on that social journey that the brain really needs. Actually engage together on a journey and experience and develop their understandings about the world together through role play, bringing all the elements together. And that's what I think is so exciting about what Anne and I have sort of hit on here, accidentally, together, whatever. Yeah.
Hang on.
So if we look at the definition, sorry, Phil. Yeah.
We've lost Susie
Poor
there
Phil.
for a second. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
One second. Oh, there's too many things going. I don't know if I get
poor
my
people
mic
behind the
right.
scenes.
Susie? Susie?
Yes, I'm here.
You were muted for the last 30
here.
seconds since Judy stopped talking, so I apologise. I don't know how it happened. I didn't do it, but you need to say what you said again quickly, please.
That's what he says.
Honest.
All right, it's fine. I'm sure Judy did a great job of talking about the difference between role play and dramatic play. I'm just going to shoot through these slides. I want to say to our listeners that we are going to gift you this entire PowerPoint. So a huge thank you to Judy and to Anne. I just think that's so lovely of you to have all this information. There's so much information. We haven't got time to go through all of it, but it's absolutely sensational information. So thank you so much. And I'm just going to kind of whiz through some of these slides. There's information about the structured role play, the dramatic play, and so on. And little slide here about why don't early learning centres use more structured role play and not just dramatic play. So you'll all be able to have a read through that. Okay. What I'd like to ask you both now, perhaps Anne, you can tell us just a little bit about your amazing trip that you had to China and a little bit about the work that you were doing based on the resource that you've created.
Okay, we were invited to go over to Xinjiang province, where you can see there on the map, to Urumqi. And we went to an early childhood learning centre that is being established, and there were these young teachers that you see down there on the left-hand side. 8 of them, I think. We were asked to do a week's training with them, and then the big picture in the middle there where we presented what we did through our project we put together with the dramatic play, role play and the music. We had 50 families come into this big area called what's it called, Judy? It was called the
it was the new wasn't the entertainment centre, it was the place where you demonstrate something. Exhibition, thank you.
Whatever it was.
And so we worked with these young teachers for 4 days, taking them through the Let's Go on a Picnic, and I did sessions with the teachers on Lynn Kleiner's music, which they are using now over there. So, and then we presented it to 50 families. Oh yeah, there we are in our Wonder Women That was the icebreaker. We got our heads together and said we need something that will break the ice because, you know, we don't know each other. And we came up with the idea where we had to be getting materials in Spotlight, and we saw the Wonder Woman material there and the pattern, and it was Judy has a passion for Wonder Woman. We went perfect. So when you were lucky enough, a really good.
You know what? Judy and Anne, I love the way that you incorporate all the arts together. You're even wearing the art on your bodies. I just love that. And you both live and breathe creativity, and it's just all over you both. It's just fabulous.
We just love it. Yeah, and
really
straight away the young Chinese girls laughed with us. So the relationship that I was talking about earlier was established, as you say, Susie, through our visual arts, through the fact that we said, we're here to have fun and play with you too, and we're showing that in what we wear, and they really appreciated it, and they got it straight up.
And
I actually think...
Sorry, we have an interpreter. Sorry, Susie.
Go on, Anne.
Yeah, we had an interpreter for the whole time, and these young teachers could speak English, and the more we worked with them, the more English they spoke with us. It was beautiful. It was truly wonderful.
That's fantastic. And it's a great message for everybody working in early childhood to just really enjoy what you're doing, and to just, you can have the arts in everything that you do. You can actually incorporate it. And that's a great example of wearing these beautiful colours and, you know, and I just love that. Now, we're going to just have a quick look at your resource, and I just want to say to the listeners that this resource will be available at some stage in the future. Is that right?
Certainly.
Yeah.
But on that, in the meantime, I want to talk to you about, and that's something that we learnt at ECPA. Have I got it right?
That's
sorry,
right.
It was my first time at the conference. That you can take things that are already in your early learning settings and incorporate the ideas that we're giving you in the PowerPoint and use what you've already got in your room. I think the beauty of what we're developing that will be on the market eventually is that it's all in one kit. And look, we are so busy as educators. There's no doubt about that. And we're going to try and make this cheap and available and all together. And then we're going to come up with more themes for you to explore. We love the idea of a picnic because it's a concept that we can get across easily. And culturally, most cultures do a picnic or that sort of thing in their own varieties. So I'm going to, can I lift the laptop now and just point the camera at the canoe, Susie?
Yes, let me stop the share and then you go ahead, Judy.
Yep, there it is.
Okay, can you see? Okay, I can see it in the screen now. As you can see, we just designed some panels of material and we made these sets that incorporate what we're talking about in the role play. It starts with paddling your canoe across the ocean. So that canoe can take up to 6 little ones in the canoe and, of course, everyone around it. We then decided costumes are always fun to play with. So we made these little tiny jackets with Velcro. So we're teaching about water safety and going in our canoe and what we need to be prepared with our life jackets. As we go on the journey of the picnic and we talk about our healthy food and what we're taking, it's very simple to just connect a new costume. As a drama teacher, costumes are often a headache. How do we do it simply? It's just a laminated picture and a little bit of a design to attach.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
Anne,
wonderful. Go on, Anne.
Yeah, it's like a little smock. They just put their arm through and it just velcros around the back of their neck. So it's easy to put on and off.
Yeah, and I would just like to say that I was at your session at ECPA, and I saw at least 3 or 4 very large pieces of material that represented a particular part of going on the picnic, and it's absolutely just sensational. So, so many great ideas. Yes, Judy, show us some more.
And the idea was that each island, if you like, so we've got the canoe island where we paddle our canoe, we arrive or we go towards our beach island where we step on our stepping stones, which we count and do all those lovely things with. We arrive at our beach and we see things to do with the ocean and shells, and we sing about that. So, for example, the one set, the canoe set, could become a whole session of lessons around water safety, what's in the ocean, etc. The beach set can become all about what we do at the beach. The paddles that paddle the canoe turn into, they are little spades, they're just plastic spades. We then go on a journey to find the perfect food, lots of lovely healthy food, and that's where one of Anne's songs come in. And Sun Smart came up. Yes, we talk about Sun Smart at the beach and being healthy at the beach. Then we can go find our wonderful food. We're looking for the ideal picnic spot. And there's another wonderful set that we spent lots of hours of fun doing. And then finally we find the picnic basket. Oh, what's in the picnic basket? And then we share, and of course we have a picnic. But each set is designed to be used individually or to take the whole journey and the story and the song and the dance together. And it all folds away into one neat little set.
Yeah, there's just so much rich learning in these themes that you've created. And, you know, as a music educator for myself, I'm always searching for props. And I know many of my colleagues always, for years and years and years, you know, I'll go into the $2 shops and I'm, you know, or at the airport. I'm always looking for great props. And it's, you know, we don't all have a knack. We're not all good at making these things, and you guys are just incredible. And they're so inspiring to little children. They're wonderful. Now,
and someone just popped up. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Judy and Anne, we do have to move on. And Anne would like to share one of the songs with us. And Anne, you've got your ukulele with you, and I think it's a red one.
It's a watermelon one.
And I'm going to share the screen with you, Anne, because I've got the words up on the PowerPoint. So 1 second, we'll just find the PowerPoint again.
Can you hear my ukulele?
There we go.
There it is.
Here we go. Let's go on a picnic. It's such a lovely day. Let's take lots of food and have a lovely fruit and veggies and get them on our way. Let's go on a picnic. It's such a lovely day. I can see bananas. Walking down an apricot, oh so good. Let's go on a picnic, it's such a lovely day. Let's take some food and have a on the way. I can see some apples, grapes and cherries too. Carrots, green and cucumbers, also good for you. Let's go on a picnic, it's such a lovely day. Let's take some food and have a way.
Yay! Thank you so much. And show us your ukulele again.
The watermelon.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous? It is such a gorgeous ukulele. I bet people are going to ask, where can you get that red watermelon ukulele? That is so.
I got it from Mike Jackson. There you go.
From Mike Jackson.
Yes, I bought it from Mike Jackson. Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
I think Optimum Percussion have
if any of our listeners want to know.
Can I just say about that song? Sorry.
Go on, Anne.
I wanted like a nice skipping song, nice and happy. Let's go on a picnic. So, yes.
Fantastic, I love it. Now, I'm just going to whiz through this. We don't have time to go through this, but Judy and Anne have very kindly provided a lesson outline. So for people that, our listeners, you want to know how to incorporate music and drama, there are the steps, all the steps that you can incorporate, which is just absolutely brilliant. There's also reference to the early years learning framework. Now, outcomes and assessment. So we'll let you have a little look through there. In the next couple of days, we'll be sending you all a link, and you'll be able to click on the link and access your own copy of this PowerPoint, which is fantastic. Is there anything very quickly, Judy or Anne, you'd like to say about how it relates to the early years learning framework?
It relates beautifully. Everything about it, particularly the socially responsible and how to show respect for the environment, it's all there. In conjunction with this, we have also developed a Gumtree family song that goes along with it to talk about the environment, because the picnic can happen in any environment. That's the beauty of it. It can happen in the Australian environment, the Chinese environment, wherever. And that's an important thing. So it sits beautifully. It sets everything up perfectly. And I'm trying to make things simpler for teachers who are so busy, and I know how busy teachers are at every level, and more. And also to remind us that we are not going to get sucked into these instant technologies that we know don't help the social brain.
Yeah, fantastic. That's fantastic. And I think it's absolutely all there in terms of how it relates to the early years learning outcomes. I think that's just fantastic. Now, for our listeners who would like to learn more about the resource, as we said, it's not available yet, but you can contact either Phil or myself at Welcome to Music, or of course Judy or Anne, and there you can see their contact details. Now, we are going to have time for questions, so this is your time to start typing if you have any questions you want to ask any of us. And just while we're going to give you a couple of minutes to do that, what we want to tell you about is a few exciting events that we have coming up. Welcome to Music. And in January 2016, we're offering early childhood training courses. And of course, if you want to learn more about how you can incorporate music, we certainly incorporate some drama. We don't have as many props as you do, Judy and Anne, but we certainly do lots of props and lots of puppets. And there are some goals here. So if you sign up for that, you will receive a whole term's worth of music and movement with sample lesson plans. And you'll see how it all relates to the early years learning framework, and to look at the links too between literacy, music and maths, all of that kind of thing. And there are some offshore work thematic units as part of that too. For those of you that are gluttons for punishment, no, I shouldn't say that, and you want to actually do more than just the introductory course, there's a stage 2. So you can actually do up to 4 days, 20 hours of training, and all the information is there. There's some more goals for the stage 2, and you can have a look at that. We have a very special offer.
I don't think anybody was able to memorise it, but we'll send that to them if they'd like.
We will, yes. You will be able to access this. The courses are available online anywhere in the world, and they are available as a special combined stage 1 and stage 2 package. And our special offer for anyone listening tonight, you can still receive the early bird rate, and that's until the 9th of November, and you can access that link there, or you can contact our lovely office manager, Janie, at that email address.
Worth pointing out that rate is actually expired,
Yes,
but we're offering it to you as a webinar attendee for a few days. So it's a $50 saving on the stage 1. I can't remember off the top of my head off the stage 1 and 2, but $50 is $50. So if you are interested at all, and remember you can do it online from anywhere you are. We'd love to see your smiling face in person in Melbourne, of course, in January. Where else would you rather be when it's 42 degrees? By the way, we're offering that reduced rate just for you guys for the next few days. So please do have a look at that. If you've got any questions about it, of course, you can email Susie or myself or our lovely office manager, Janie. We'll make sure you've got all that. You would have already contact details in the email that Janie sent you. We're going to send you another email tomorrow with some links and information, of course, as a way of thanking you for giving up your valuable time for being with us. And so back to you, Susie.
So for those people that are in Melbourne and you'd like to do a ukulele workshop, here's some information about a workshop that we're running on the 21st of November. And also just to tell you about our next webinar. We will be interviewing Diane Goodall, Director of Surrey Hills Preschool in Melbourne, and we've called that Music to Your Ears. So we'd love to see you on that webinar, and there's some of the things that we're going to be looking at. Again, why is music so important? Why is it so important for young children? How you can all have a quality music and movement program in your centre or your school. Why staff training is so important. And how you can get increased enrolments in your centres and in your schools.
Susie, I have a question.
Now, yes,
from Karina Lee, which you might be able to see. But Anne or Judy, will the picnic materials be copyright protected, and or any idea of the cost for a kit yet?
Good question. The materials are copyright at the moment. We're hoping to get this kit. We have a few interests at the moment republishing it and reproducing it. We've had some good ideas. We would really like to get this kit down to a usable price around about $600 to $700, and I'm basing that on you can just get a kindy mat or a mat that has a pattern on it, and the costs of that are quite high without anything else. These are 5 different sets, all the props, costumes, everything in one kit in a basket. But this will continue. The next theme we're working on is an Aboriginal cultural theme, to bring an understanding of Aboriginal culture and how story and music and dance and role play is important in the Aboriginal context as well. But I'm working with Aboriginal people on that, and Anne and I have got some context around that.
All right, so we've got
someone had a question.
questions. Can you see them, girls?
Someone had a question in the middle to upper primary. Yeah, I think the good thing about the concept we're coming up with is that the sets themselves enable you to use your imagination for the upper primary levels. That's the whole. Having taught K to 12, our thinking is let's make a resource that's as useful as possible. So, and my experience of teaching K to 12, kinder to 12, and now through Anne understanding little learners, you know what? They are little people. Their brains are more active and more ready to absorb what we give them at that age than they are at any other time. However, the sets, the whole kit that we're producing is about that, being able to utilise that for a wider range of, sort of up to year 3, I think grade 3, and it's the way you engage the children through it. And that was sort of our idea behind it. Let's make it as broad as possible without it becoming, I always say Egypt, coming from a background of high school too. How many times kids said, oh, we've done Egypt so many times, we're over Egypt. I'm also conscious that whatever we bring to a resource or whatever a resource brings to us can only work in the way that we engage the children with it, which is why we always say, find out what they know first. Find out what they know and can bring to the whole experience as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Absolutely. It's really important,
Now, there's
Judy.
Susie, another question from
now-
Mary Rubb. What sort of fabric do you use for the shirts was the question from Mary Rubb. In front of you.
Oh, for the little shirt.
Yeah, another good question.
Yeah.
Anne, are you
What
there?
sort of fabric?
With the sets, we decided to go for a backed, cheap as we could get for a start, cheap curtain fabric so that it stays on the floor and it doesn't shift around. But we're looking for cheap fabric, and then it's only limited to your imagination, and we actually then put our own ideas into it. The beach fabric has a beachy feel. It's soft, and the sea fabric actually has embossed patterns through it. But just heavy duty, most curtain, wasn't it, Anne? Yeah.
Curtain material.
And bling.
It was
Yep.
curtain material. Yeah, and bling.
Yeah.
Ladies, let's not get into too much detail about that at the minute because people can always contact you separately. We've got a couple of other comments.
Absolutely.
Can you see those? From Mary Rubb.
Not yet, Phil.
Mary Rubb's asking, saying she's a classroom teacher who has the honour of teaching music and drama. Lovely put. Is there a resource book that you would recommend for her to read up on drama in the classroom?
A resource book for drama in the classroom?
Well, she hasn't said in the classroom, but I mean, she's a classroom teacher, so that's what she's referring to.
Right.
And you may not know it off the top of your head.
Good question, because
we can always let her know, Judy. Yeah. We can always get back to her privately.
I've got a couple that I use, but quite frankly, again, I take a lot from what the children already know and can do, and then given their interests and ideas, I tend to create a lot of my own ideas. But I use a lot of story, whether it's, I start with story every time, whether it's showing, today, for example, I just had to go in as assistant principal and take a drama class because the teacher had to run. And so for an hour and a half, I had to go and take a drama class. We've been looking at friendships. I found a quick clip on YouTube to do with being friends. We unpacked that. We looked at the skills required, and then we did little role plays around friendship. Worked beautifully. So I need to email me. That person email me, and I can give you lots more ideas and resources.
That's Mary Rubb, yes. Okay. Then John Gidari, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Just again, I'm not sure who can see this. I just did the Gruffalo and Room on the Broom performances where you performed preps and ones, and it was excellent.
Brilliant. Props
made by the kids and parents, and the great resource is Picture Storybooks as my internet connection.
Brilliant. Absolutely. Yep.
So as you said, Judy, start with what you know. Just anything can lend itself to
and stories. Yeah.
All right, Susie, how are we going? What else do we need to cover off? Because I'm conscious of the time. We've got about.
All right. Well, I think it's I think it's time to say a huge thank you to Judy and Anne. I just want to say you're a great team, and you offer something quite unique with the combination of the music and the drama and the beautiful props. And you both have such a authentic philosophy about education, and you both live that. You live what you believe in. And I think we can see that in the pictures and on the PowerPoint. So I want to just thank you both so very much. I think that you'll get quite a few people emailing you, and I'm sure many people will be interested in purchasing your resource. I know I will be very interested in purchasing your resource because it just
hang on,
sounds amazing.
Dear, we don't purchase, we swap.
Yes.
Remember? Now,
that's right.
For the next
Can
10
I just
seconds,
say a big thank you?
Go on.
Sorry. Yeah.
You go, Judy.
I want to say a big thank you to you, Susie and Phil, as well, for
thank you.
organising this. It's been a great honour for us too.
That's
Thank
no
you
problem.
very much.
Goodbye to everyone, friends far and wide. Goodbye to everyone